Very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Mindfulness at Lunch. So today you have me, as we do have a group of trainers that we rotate, and I usually do it twice a week. So it's lovely to be with you again. We will be officially starting at 12:05, but in the meantime, for those of you who are already on board, how are you today? I'd love to hear from you. So if you'd like to just post your comments in the chat, or if you're on Facebook, to post your comments there as well. And I have my Facebook page opened up, so I will be able to look at them. So please share with me how you're feeling today. Okay, so someone is feeling ill. Okay, that means your body is normal. When we have this body, it's always subject to some infections, some diseases, some form of illness. So that's just the nature of the body. So when we can be accepting that our body will have some downtime, then, it's no suffering at an emotional level. And this is especially the case when we're not providing our body with sufficient rest, with sleep, and with food that is nourishing, and also to keep our mind well and happy. Because a mind that is stressed does give rise to a body that is also being tensed, and it compromises the immune system. So therefore, keeping a happy mind, it's actually a great boost to the immune system. So I'm glad that you're joining us today here, and hopefully this session gives you a little bit of that boost. Okay, yeah, I do have some questions already coming in, asking about how to make positive attitudes sustainable. Well, that is why we train people in meditation and mindfulness. They're slightly different. Meditation is the practice. Mindfulness is a state of awareness. So when we have awareness of how our thoughts are formulating in the mind and how we either let go of the thoughts or we follow the thoughts, that makes a difference to how we operate. And the more attention we give to our negative thoughts, then the more negative our mind will become. So this is like the group of friends that we have. If we are giving more attention to friends who are very negative in nature, then they tend to feed us more with negativity. If we pay attention and spend more time with friends who are positive in nature, then we're also getting much more positive feed. So it makes a difference, therefore, what we spend our attention on in terms of the thoughts that arise in our mind. So if you haven't taken a mindfulness course yet, I would really recommend that, because what you're getting here are only snippets, and it's not at all representing the entire holistic approach to developing mindfulness to look after our body and mind on a daily basis. Okay, so today I'm going to share a little bit about why people have such a fear of rejection, especially to the word no. So I'd like you to just pause for a moment and even close your eyes and just check into how your body is feeling right now. And take 3 beautiful deep breaths. And now observe, when I say the word no to you, how does your body react? No. 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 And now open your eyes. Have you noticed how your body felt? So what did the body feel? What did you notice about the body, the muscles? How did they react? So maybe you can type in the chat. More tense. Yes, thank you. Tense. Yeah, tensed up. So that's very consistent, right? that generally you will feel tensed up. That is why a lot of people don't want to ask a question out of fear of getting the answer no, because the body actually feels uncomfortable. Because what has happened is that your brain, the particular part of your brain called the amygdala, has been activated because it senses that you're not going to get what you want. It's a threat to your happiness. And so your body tenses up to get ready for flight. That means to run away, to disappear, to vanish. Or you might be getting angry, so your body gets ready as well for you to have a fight. So either way, there is tension happening in the body. And perhaps now you may realize that is why your kids get very upset, gets very uncomfortable, is not pleased, because the body actually reacted to your no. Or at work, if someone comes to you with a proposal or a question or request and you said no, and they feel very rejected because it's actually felt in the body. So for us is to have that awareness so that we can be more gentle with how we say no. Perhaps we can say it, no, 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 or maybe in the future, or not now. How about let me think about it? So that form of a more gentle way of saying no, it's very helpful to the people who come to us with requests. Now, it takes a lot of awareness because it's very easy and can be very quick on our feet to just say no. But how about us wanting to ask for something, and then we have so much fear that we don't even want to approach the person. And as a result of that, we are hampered from being able to accomplish certain things or to realize our aspirations and dreams. So we need to have a comeback that we're prepared with. If we ask someone out and they said no, I says, oh, that's okay. Maybe in future, as opposed to being stunned. So if we're prepared to receive a no and we have a reply, a comeback line, that helps us to cushion that effect, makes us more thick-skinned. So if we ask for something and the person says no, it says, oh, okay, maybe I'll try again in the future. Or maybe let me go back and think about it and see whether I could make it more convincing. Or I could persuade you next time. Or in the mind, you can say, oh, well, you're lost. Or you can say in your mind, yeah, maybe I need to go back and consider how to put this across in a more agreeable approach. So know that the word no has an effect on others and how it affects us. And that way, we build our confidence by being prepared to get a no. Because whenever we're prepared, we have less anxiety. So even getting a no can be something very anxious as an experience. All right, so now let's do a mindfulness practice, and I would like to invite you to place your hand on your chest. And take 3 beautiful deep breaths. And to be aware whether your heart is beating fast or slow. And what is the rate of your breathing? And sense into if there's any tightness in the chest area. And just focus on the movement as your hand is placed, sensing into the movement in your chest. Giving your body a sense of you're caring for it. Your body works for you 24/7. When we're sleeping, the body is doing cell repair. The organs don't actually get a rest. They're all working all the time. And now use the phrase, may I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. Wishing yourself goodwill. And notice how the rise and fall of your chest becomes more gentle as you use the phrase, may I be well and happy. I feel my breathing having slowed down a lot. And my heartbeat rate has also gone down. And now I'd like to suggest to you to say, may you all out there be well and happy. Because we are here as a community. There's 148 of us here online on Zoom, plus another 32 out there on Facebook. So let's wish us all to be well and happy. May we all be well and happy. And repeat this line, may we all be well and happy. Now let's wish our family members. May our family members be well and happy. May our family members be well and happy. Now let's wish our colleagues. May our colleagues be well and happy. If you're not working, you can wish your neighbors. May my neighbors be well and happy. And let's wish our friends, may our friends be well and happy. May our friends be well and happy. Well, now let's wish everyone who is miserable to be well and happy. Because when they're well and happy, they won't cause misery to other people. So may all the miserable people be well and happy. Wherever they are out there, may all the miserable people be well and happy. Now come back to yourself. May I be well and happy. Now place your hand on your lap and just stay with your breath for a little while. Noticing your heart rate and your breathing rate. It's probably slowed down. Just enjoy the peace. Feeling peaceful. And when we feel peaceful, we become kinder and gentler. Now I like to suggest the phrase, may I be kind and gentle. May I be kind and gentle. Enjoy the peace of just being with your breath. It's okay, thoughts arise. Just leave them alone. The thoughts will come and they will leave when you leave them alone. Just hang out with the breath. Now focusing on 3 more beautiful breaths and gently opening your eyes and smile. Okay. How was that for you? Thank you. Good. Thank you, Susan. Angeline, for your comments. So there was a question there. Why was I saying no? Okay, it was an experiment I was running, Eileen, because you may have joined a little bit late. So you were right midst in my experiment when I was helping people to realize the reaction the body has when we hear the word no. So I hope that when you heard the word no, you were also aware how your body was reacting. So you might want to play the video on the Facebook page that has been live streamed to find out what it was all about. Or when the recording is being posted onto YouTube, it will also be shared on Facebook. All right, so any comments or any questions? Oh, thank you, Kitta, for saying that little talk on no, it's helpful. Yeah. So people become more wary of us when we say a lot of no's because many people need validation and affirmation. And also at work, a lot of people are not sufficiently empowered to make decisions. And therefore, what they're looking for is a decision that agrees with them or agrees with their recommendation or suggestion. So if we were to say no, say it more gently. If we have the authority, we don't actually need to raise our voice. We don't need to be harsh because the authority that's given to us at work gives us that empowerment to make decisions, even if the decision is a no. And if we don't have the authority, then use a more gentle approach to influence and convince other people instead of using a forceful, or some people would deem it a bullying approach, which then makes people very uncomfortable. So I recall there was one person at work in my previous job that I was holding, and he would often use very harsh words and very domineering approach with a very hard tone and loud, and people didn't want to work with him. And he had so much fear of people not wanting to listen to him or to respect him that he became more harsh. And this is when people feel he's being horrible. And when people have that perception, then they would want to stay away. So for us to win people back, if we have been using a rather harsh approach, including at our domestic helper, is to lower our volume and use a gentler tone. Because if their amygdala in their brain senses that you are scary, you are threatening, then they would generally retreat. Or in some cases, they would stand up for themselves and start to rebel. And this is what we see in children. Children at about the age of 7, 8, 9, that's when their rebelliousness start to show because their brain has developed to make them having the ability to have the awareness of threat. That's why when they are 2 or 3 years old, you got to hold their hands in crossing the road, or you have to keep warning them of danger because they have no concept of danger or self-preservation compared to when they get older. And when they're teenagers, if we're being harsh and stern and hard, then they would rebel, or they would just close the door and hide themselves in the room. So then we become more demanding to ask them to come out of the room, and it just worsens the situation. So training ourselves to be kinder and gentler starts with having a kinder, gentler, softer mind. And it will take time because it has become our character or nature. But our character can change by us changing our habits. So changing our habits involve having the awareness and a change in attitude in our mind, that we no longer want to come across sounding or looking like a lioness. Instead, we're going to be nurturing, caring, supportive, and encouraging. And then more people will want to work with us. And our children are more willing to spend time and listen to us. And even your spouse may start to find you more endearing. So remember when you were courting, you had such good time because you were both so gentle and sweet to each other. What's happening now? So something for you to consider, whether gentleness and kindness are attributes that you like to develop. Mindfulness can certainly help you to bring that back in your life. And this will improve the quality of your relationships. Okay, so I'm going to take some questions now. Okay, people who have to leave, that's fine. So there's a question here. What does your lunch meditation hope to achieve? Well, to give you some relief from the mind being very wrapped up with a lot of thoughts. And when we are wrapped up with a lot of thoughts, we can't think clearly. Our decisions are usually not as high quality. And also we tend to be able to get very short with people. So this session, when you actually sign in and you follow the practice, you might actually feel more relaxed and calm. And therefore, your life become easier for the second part of the day. So let me know if that worked for you, Susan. How do we say no? Say it in a gentler way, like, no, I don't think so. Maybe next time, or let me think about it. So these are more creative ways of saying no, so it doesn't trigger the other person to feel like, you are rejecting them, or you are disagreeing with them, or not approving of them. How do we manage our own anxiety when others say no to us? Take a deep breath and tell ourselves, it's just a word, no. It's okay, It's okay not to get what we want. It's okay that he doesn't agree with me now. Maybe next time, maybe I'll find a better time and place to talk to him again. Or maybe I should think about how I can improve in the way I can influence or convince him. So focusing on what is it that now you can do next releases your mind in being obsessed with, he said no. How can he say no? Why did he say no? He doesn't like me. He never liked me. He's so horrible. He's always being opposing to what I propose. And that's when the mental narrative can drive you crazy. Yeah, the person just said no. And then you create a whole story and create a whole catastrophe. And that's how we can build our own anxiety. Okay, how do you think I can influence my boss if she has been using a harsh tone when speaking to me on things she disagrees with? Well, it is actually very natural for people who are not aware to speak in harsh tones when they don't agree with something, because they go into a fight mode. So you be gentle and say, okay, boss, I get it. No problem. Yes, boss. Oh, just something that is less confrontational is helpful, but not in a patronizing way. But if you put on a smile, it's hard for her to stay angry. And anyway, it's just work. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Or don't make it a big deal. All right. What I meant is you have 2 sessions a day. Yeah, because some people can't make it for lunch. And some people can make it in the evening and vice versa. So we offer 2 sessions, but they're different, Susan, based on your question, why there are 2 sessions. The evening session at 6 o'clock has 20 minutes of stretching. And 5 to 10 minutes of a mindfulness practice. So the emphasis is different. In this session, there's hardly any stretching. Yeah. Okay, my mind wanders even in a short meditation. How can I prepare myself to be focused during the meditation? Yes, that means your mind is normal. And it's okay that your mind wanders off. But now the difference is you have the awareness the mind has wandered off. And when you have the awareness, you have the choice of now refocusing on the breath. So that's one big step compared to in the past when you may not even have been aware the mind was wandering. It is, in any case, the default mode of the mind. So if you were to look at Dr. Sarah Lazar's talks on the neuroscience explanation of how it affects the brain, you will get a whole lot more information. Okay, another question is, when is saying nothing a good response to an angry person? When we know that saying something is going to make the person more angry, then it's better not to say anything, better not to reply. So trust your wisdom and or just say, okay, I think you're angry now, so maybe we can talk about it another time. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Georgina. I find your sessions grounding and reinforces positive ways of dealing with daily challenges. Very nourishing. I see my actions have caused problems in the past. That is wonderful realization, because a lot of times when things go wrong in our life, we have a tendency to blame the other party. We're not able to see the part we play in it. For me, life is work in progress. So even I practice mindfulness, I have to constantly be aware, because otherwise I slip into being mindless. Because when emotions sweep us off the ground, so we're no longer grounded, then the emotion causes us to lose our mind. That's where the expression comes from, that we're no longer mindful. So we can make mistakes. We go into lapses. We are work in progress. So don't be too hard, but it's wonderful when we start to realize that, hey, you know what? That argument wasn't completely him to be blamed, because I had a part to play in it. And that realization is fantastic, because now it means that when we change our response, we can reduce or eradicate arguments. Okay, and one question is, if I have to worry about my illness, what meditation can I practice if I worry about my illness? So use the practice that I taught just now. May I be well and happy. May my body be well and healthy. So you can obtain or follow some of the audio tracks that we have recorded in the past. You can go to the Brahm Center website, or you can go to YouTube, and we have a lot to offer there. So I'm just going to type the link here, or you can go to the website of a YouTube station to get more audio tracks. Okay, everyone. So I hope this session has been useful. I've kind of run past the time, but I hope that it has benefited you. And I will see you again very soon. Please tune in every day for a little bit of uplift. And this evening, to stretch your body and relax your mind again. Take care, everyone. Be kind and gentle. And don't forget to register for the Asia Pacific Mindfulness Conference. There's a 50% early bird for workshops now that is on offer. So go to Eventbrite and register. So I'm going to